Hello everybody and welcome to another Planet Coaster Community Coaster Spotlight here on the console edition, and welcome back to the channel, Nate Dog 655, and today we are looking at this RMC or RMCing that MBZS99 or Michael from M&J Games did, and what he would do if he had the chance to RMC Wildcat at Hershey Park, which we all know just recently closed. So let's read the description. This is my recreation of Wildcat at Hershey Park and how I would design the coaster if it was an RMC. Check out the series on my YouTube channel, M&J Games. So yeah, you all probably know him as M&J Games, but he, he has a channel or a series on his channel on how he created this, and you'll see kind of how he did it, the recreation process and his thinking, and yeah, it's just really cool to see how he does it. So basically what he did is this is, when you get this blueprint, it comes in two, right? So you have the wooden Wildcat and the RMC Wildcat, or the RMC Wildcat. This is how Wildcat operated before it closed, or how it previously operated. This is Michael's take on if he was able to RMC it himself, which I think is really cool. So what he did is, well, I guess I'll just show you that after. Let's just set it to 10 here. So this coaster isn't real. This is going to be like a quicker spotlight. This coaster isn't really a detail coaster. Well, I mean, it is detailed. The smoothing is great, but isn't like doesn't have any theming. It's just Michael's take on it, which is pretty cool. So as Wildcat comes around here, we can look at the stats. Not green across the board on the wooden one. That's okay. The results, G's all look good. Biz drop 84 feet, very realistic to the one in real life. So yeah, let's take a ride on the original Wildcat. Well, I should say the one that previously operated. Take a view, well, I think we'll just ride this one in normal view. Hope you don't, well, yeah, hope you don't mind, Michael. So, without further ado, let's get, I hope you enjoy Michael's recreation of Wooden Wildcat, and enjoy! Nicely done, Michael. That was great, and honestly, it gives me a headache after riding it, which means it's pretty realistic to the real thing. Because if you get a headache after riding this, play a coaster. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is a wooden coaster by Great Coasters International, or most commonly known as GCI. This was actually their very first ever coaster, and let's just say it's rough. We'll kind of leave it at that. Yeah, but it's kind of rough. It's not great, a lot of airtime, But some people loved it and some people hated it. So kind of just depended on who you are. But like I said, this is located at Hershey Park, and just fabulous job on this, Michael. I mean, it's called Wildcat for a reason. I mean, it really is wild. It'll shake you up after. I mean, you get off this ride, you probably be getting beat up by a cat more than if you get off any other ride named Wildcat. It's just like beating you up left and right, shaking your head back. Probably got cuts and bruises for the next week. Taking some Advil, bring Pepto to the park. Sounds good to me. But yeah, very nicely done. Just from the way it moves to the curves, from the transitioned elements, and even on this little final break part where it kind of turns like that. Just the realism all around on that is great. So as we wait for the RMC Wildcat to get back, let's see the stats on this one. Not green across the board. Who cares, though? I mean, D's a little bit higher, but that's okay. It's expected as an RMC to be a little bit higher than the original, just because it's kind of going at that faster pace. But yeah, this is Michael's version of if he would RMC Wildcat at Hershey Park. So enjoy RMC Wildcat. Speed it up, slow lift toe. Enjoy. Wow. I mean, great job on that. Honestly, probably like pretty close to what I think they would do. Because if you haven't watched the series, which definitely go watch after this video, don't leave me. I love you guys, but after this video, definitely go watch. He originally kind of had it drop down and then kind of come like an I-305 turn, but I think it was the right call, Michael, to have this kind of go like this, just maybe a little bit more realistic, in my opinion. So yeah, good call on the drop. This first barrel roll is very smooth. I really like that inversion right there. That's nice. This outward bank kind of reminds me of like the one on Iron Gwazi where you kind of come up and then twist out a little bit, if this roll is up there. But yeah, great job on that. So I adjusted my headset. But yeah, I mean, every element on this ride was executed very well, from the inversions to the turns, to the airtime moments. Even the transitions were done very, very good. And, since they're going to change the name to this, there's a reason why this one was called Wildcat, and this one's going to be called, like, Iron Cat, because it's not going to beat you up as much. Or Twisted Twizzler. I don't know. There's a lot of names being thrown around, but all I know is it won't have wild in it. So, yeah, it won't beat you up as much. I mean, it might give you a bruise just because how much, but, I think maybe the only part that really kind of lost steam was, like, right at the end here. There's really not much you can do about that. So, yeah, very, very nice job, Michael, on that. And just kind of wrapping up my thoughts here. Okay, so before we go, this is an RMC. If you don't know what RMCs do, they basically take old wooden coasters and that are rough, like Wildcat, and they retract them and make them a lot better. And trust me, they are a lot better. They also build ground up ones, but yeah, they're very well loved in the industry. So as we kind of show you what he did here, what he did is you can see is he put the RMC track. If we kind of line up the stations here, he put the RMC track over the wooden track and kind of tried to mirror it. Obviously not perfect, but he kind of tried to mirror the layout. But he still had the wooden track down, but then he had the RMC track over top of it. And that's a very good way of doing it. So yeah, good job on that one. Very clever and smart way doing that. And Michael's just really good at building coasters in general. But wrapping up here, very well done, Michael. Go check out Michael's channel, M&J Games. Remember to like and subscribe and comment any parks that you would like me to spotlight. There may be some, not as much content in the channel coming in the next few weeks, but that's because I'm thinking of some new ideas and changing some things up around the channel just to give you some new, fresh content. Really separate myself. But, if you have any creations you'd like me to spotlight, just let me know, parks, coasters, anything like that. But yeah, with that being said, remember to like and subscribe again. This is NateDog655 signing out. Have a very Planko happy day, morning, or night, wherever you are, and peace.